Hi, it's Kay, and there were a lot of questions on the discussion forum about how to use Alex's online calculator to find the intersection of two linear equations. Now there's another way, besides using the calculator, to solve two linear equations for the intersection, and it's solving the system of linear equations. So the first step of solving a system of linear equations is to put two linear equations into slope-intercept form. These equations right here are already in slope-intercept form, so we don't need to do anything with them at this point. But let's say that it was 3y plus 5x equals 2. We would have to solve for y to put into slope-intercept form. So let me just erase that here. So the first step to solving a system of linear equations is to see here's these two are both y's, and we're going to set the y's equal to each other. So that means that 5x plus 3 is equal to 2x plus 7. Since we know that 5x plus 3 is equal to y, and 2x plus 7 is equal to y, that's why they are equal to each other. So now we solve for x. So to solve for x, the first step would be to subtract 2x on both sides. Because what we want to do is we want to isolate x, get x alone. So 5x minus 2x is 3x, and we have this plus 3 still there. The 2x and negative 2x cancel, and so on the other side we only have 7 left. Next step would be to subtract 3 on both sides. 3 and negative 3 cancel, and 7 minus 3 is 4. So we have 3x equals 4. Now the next step is to divide by 3 on both sides. When we divide on 3 on both sides, we got x equals 4/3. So this should be the x part of our intersection point. So we can put 4/3 here. The next step is to plug this x into one of the equations above, and I suggest actually putting into both equations, because then you not only find your y value, but then you check if this x works for both y's. And if that's true, if the y's for both equations are equal, then you have found the correct intersection. So we have y equals 5 times x, which is 4/3, plus 3. That's the first equation. I'm plugging in x. So 5 times 4 is 20, so we have 20/3 on this side, equals y, plus 3. And 3 can be written as, if we multiply it by 3/3, which we can do because that's actually 1, we get 9/3. And I'm doing this step so that they have a common denominator so we can add these two fractions. So we have 20/3 plus 9/3. Here, gonna make a line. Okay, so 20/3 plus 9/3 is 29/3. So we get from the first equation y equals 29/3. From the second equation, what we're going to do is we're going to check the second equation just to make sure that it also has 29/3, because if it has 29/3, then we found the intersection. Okay? So y equals 2x plus 7 is the second equation. So we're going to plug in the 4/3 as x. Now 2 times 4 is 8. So we have 8/3 equals y plus 7. Now 7, we want both of these fractions to have the same denominator, so we multiply 7 by 3/3, and 7 times 3 is 21, so we get 21/3. So y equals 8/3 plus 21/3. And 8/3 plus 21/3 is 29/3, so we agree. Both equations agree on the y value given the same x, which means that is the intersection. So 4/3, 29/3 is our answer.